Cliff Burton wasn't just Metallica's bassist. He was one of the most innovative musicians in metal history. He brought the bass guitar to the front of the stage. With his distorted tone, classical harmonies, and fearless stage presence, Cliff showed that the bass could lead, sing, and even scream. His playing style was emotional, aggressive, and deeply musical. Without Cliff, early Metallica wouldn't have had the same depth or dynamic. Even though his time with us was short, his impact on metal and generations of bass players is everlasting. Trying to capture Cliff Burton's musical genius in just 10 moments was a real challenge, because he was so much more than what you saw on this video. I did my best to highlight 10 defining examples, and I hope nothing truly essential was left out. Detailed notes about each song are included as subtitles throughout the video, so make sure to turn on subtitles if you want more insight. For this video, I also created a Cliff Burton inspired tone on the XFX. You can download that tone along with the tabs, PDF and guitar pro formats, and backing track on my Patreon. The link is in the description. Let me know in the comments which Cliff Burton moment hits you the hardest. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow bass player and metal fans. Thanks for watching, and long live Cliff Burton.